And you're on.
I want to introduce you to 4 people. Everybody, somebody, anybody, and nobody. So there was an important task. Everybody thought that it was everybody's job. Everybody thought that somebody would do it. Well, anybody thought that everybody should do it, and nobody did it. Somebody actually got angry because they thought everybody should have done it. Everybody blamed somebody because anybody could have done it. Nobody realized that everybody could have done it. Everybody did what somebody could have done, that anybody could have done, but nobody did. So imagine this. Imagine a world where everyone does. Imagine a world where everyone does what they say they're going to do. Imagine them doing it exactly when they say they're going to do it. So let me ask you a question. Who's responsible for your personal goals? Who's responsible for achieving success in your life, in your professional goals?
We are.
Absolutely, you are. So, a company called Partners in Leadership, they've studied accountability for the last 2 decades. And they've worked with thousands of companies affecting millions of people to impact accountability that has increased profitability and productivity in these companies. What they've learned, they're also a bestseller. They have a bestseller, The Oz Principles. It's a very well-known book about accountability. And so what they've done with these thousands of people, thousands of companies, and millions of people, is to train them to be accountable. And what I'd like to talk to you today is their 4 principles that you can implement in your own accountability practice to raise your own productivity. They think about accountability in 2 levels: below the line and above the line. So as we go through this, think about accountability in those two ways. I'll give you a moment to go through the below the line behaviors. Which one of these do you happen to see most often?
Number 1.
Okay, you want to join? It's not my job. It's not my job is very popular. That's a really good, and I've seen a lot of finger pointing. Oh, well, somebody was supposed to do that. It wasn't me.
Pause.
Or even covering your tail, of backing, keeping all kinds of records of why it's not your fault when you fail at the end. Those are all below the line behaviors. And if you'd like to be more productive, you need to get above the line. So the 4 above the line behaviors. See it, own it, solve it, do it. In see it, what you need to do is recognize when you are acting below the line. You need to seek feedback from peers, managers, coworkers, and be accountable for your own behavior. You cannot control anyone else. Ask for feedback and be candid and honest with yourself. Have you been below the line? Have you blamed someone for something that didn't go right, that you could have maybe helped in that situation? Own it. Be personally invested in the result. Learn from those successes and failures. Align with the desired results that you'd like to achieve. And act on that feedback. Don't ignore it. Feedback is truly a gift. Solve it. So what extra steps can be taken to solve this problem? What else can you do? What are you assuming is beyond your control that perhaps you can have some influence in? And lastly, when all else fails, ask someone else for help. Do it. Develop a plan. Hold yourself accountable. Maybe find a friend that you trust in the organization that you respect their feedback. If they're going to be honest with you, you want to listen. Recognize your bad behavior and get yourself back above the line. Start to get rid of those below the line behaviors. And lastly, let's build a world together where we are all accountable for our behaviors and we have higher productivity. Don't be like these guys.
Thank you. All right. Well done. I have an idea.
Pausing and gathering your thoughts.
I'm sorry. I just have an idea on that closing I wanted to do real quick before we do feedback. And by the way, your timing was good. It was like 6 minutes, so perfect. What if you show that slide first and then come front and center and say that thing you said? What was that thing you said right before the slide?
Let's all work together. Right. Well, let's all work together and be accountable. Don't we?
Yes. Okay, let's try that, if you don't mind. Let's try showing the slide like where you're off stage as that last. Remember, don't be like these guys, and then come front and center and say that last sentence as kind of your call to action. Let's see what that looks like.
Remember, don't be like these guys. Let's work on our accountability for ourselves and be more productive and hopefully more fruitful.
There you go. Yay! That's it. Yeah. Do y'all like that better?
Yeah.
Okay. Because what happened was the first time you kind of went off stage to do your closing and then you weren't kind of the power position at the closing. That time you looked like the power position. That was perfect. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so get some feedback. Audience, tell us what you liked. Rob, you said?
I just thought, she took several times to pause.
Yes.
And collect her thoughts.
She did. Very nice.
Inflections were great.
The way she used PowerPoint was very interactive with the audience.
Didn't read her slides. She really connected with her eye contact with the audience.
Your opening was really good. I liked it.
The what? The opening.
Very good.
I don't know how you managed the first part. Everybody, somebody.
I don't know how you did that, Kim, because I was like, how did she remember all
If
that?
y'all want to know a little secret, I probably screwed it up slightly, but that's okay.
That was
Well, we got the idea though.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
It seems like.
Yeah, I know.
Who's on first? Who's on
Like
second?
said, he was like, there's so many pieces and parts, they're not going to know if you messed one of them up.
Right?
Yeah, that's what
Well, what was crazy is I read this thing so many times, and it hit me last night. I was like, nobody's the hero, and everybody is just mean.
Oh, that's funny.
So yeah, they became people.
You know what I wondered? Because I thought, first of all, how is she remembering all that? First of all, I was like, I could never remember all that. And then my second thought was, as it got longer, I lost track. I don't know if some of you did, but I kind of lost track. And I thought, this is a really cool little scenario that you're building about these people. How could we make it even simpler for you to remember and us to follow? And I had an idea. What if you actually did a build of each of those people, the 4 people, and you said, everybody click in, blah, 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 blah. Somebody, blah, 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 blah. Anybody. And you actually built it as you said it. Would that work with your example? Or is it too complicated?
I think it's crazy. If I was doing this in an e-learning, I totally could, because
Right.
e-learning can do it. I think we're also remembering to click at the right times would be crazy, because there's an important job to do. Everybody was asked to do it. Everybody was sure somebody would do it. Anybody could have done it,
Oh, I see.
but nobody did it. Somebody got angry because it was everybody's job. Everybody thought anybody could do it. Nobody realized everybody wasn't going to do it.
So it's too complicated.
Everybody blamed somebody.
Gosh, that's a
Nobody
lot.
did what anybody could have done.
What if you had 3 different slides with those builds? What do you think?
Or one thing, I think you get the point from just.
Just the
4 or
first
5
one?
facts into it. So you don't have to go through all, it's great, but you kind of,
Right.
everybody understands where you're going with that.
Right, and your brain
Now, we don't know
kind of
it,
shuts
But
down.
we kind of know where you're going with it, so maybe it doesn't have to be as long.
Maybe you just shorten it to that very first statement where that first slide.
The first four.
The first four.
I think so too. I think if you were really to do this, you could get away with just doing the first 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Because at that point,
real
everybody's
strict.
gonna understand, because you can say, and it goes on and on.
Yes,
Like that, and everybody's gonna understand that it still could.
Right, the blame game.
I think so
started,
too.
and-
It's so
Yes.
true.
and it is so
That
true.
statement is so true.
It is so
Well, and you
true.
sit back and you sit there and read it. I'm like, I know one of those somebodies. I know one of those busybodies that it wasn't even.
It's a
their
great
case.
concept. It's a really great concept and the visual's really good.
But
Yeah.
as she said, the blame, and you could say, and the blame game
Goes on and on. Yeah, that would be a good way to
Well,
shorten
and
it.
then in the actual training, where it's supposed to be an hour and a half training,
Right.
there is something called blame game. And so
Ah.
are actually going through where.
That's cool.
The below the line activities, you're picking which one it is based on a statement there.
Ah, that's
So,
cool.
yeah,
Okay.
It's, believe me, there's more interaction.
Your physical skills were good. You got much more animated with your gestures later in the presentation, and that looked really good, where you were really getting out there a little bit. Your eye contact got really good. I remember over here, you were looking at each person individually for a statement or
They
two.
were helping me remember.
It was awesome.
Crazy
Yeah,
story.
really good. You got better at not moving your feet. In the beginning, I know you wanted to kind of do a little movement. Eventually, what you started doing, which looked so good, is moving between slides and planting yourself and really looking at people. That looked excellent.
Should we darken the slides, we don't make your points with people?
I had dark on their black screens.
Oh, okay.
Ah, there you
I have
go.
to remember to click a different button
Oh, okay.
so that I wouldn't.
That was
mess up the
smart.
remote.
So,
Very well done and very good visuals.